Some stories are too strange to be true, but what if they were? Every Wednesday, we step into the shadows, diving deep into cases that blur the line between fact and fiction. Welcome to my series, Far From Fiction, where true crime meets the unknown. Here on my channel, we uncover the mysteries that haunt us, whether they be ghosts of the past, the crimes that remain unsolved, or the horrors that exist in the pages of my own stories. Every Monday, I take you on a journey through paranormal history. Every Wednesday, we investigate true crime cases like this one, and every Friday, I share a chapter from one of my own horror tales, bringing the nightmares to life. If you love a good mystery, if you crave the eerie and unexplained, you're in the right place. So make sure you hit the subscribe button. We're on the road to 100 subscribers, so be sure to join the campfire today by hitting that subscribe button. Let's waste no more time. Welcome to Far From Fiction. A quiet neighborhood, a happy family, a crime so brutal, so baffling, that it remains unsolved for over 2 decades. Tonight, we delve into the chilling mystery of the Setagaya Family Murders, one of Japan's most infamous cold cases. Who killed the Miyazawa family, and why? Join me as we explore the evidence, the suspects, and the theories behind this horrifying case. The family included Mikio Miyazawa, who was 44, who worked in marketing for Interbrand, which was a foreign company. Yasuko Miyazawa, who was 41, was a homemaker and a part-time teacher. Nina Miyazawa, who was 8, their bright and energetic daughter. And Rei Miyazawa, who was 6, their son who had a speech disability. Their home, located in a quiet suburban area near Setagaya Park, their neighborhood was being cleared for redevelopment, and the Miyazawas were one of the last families still living there. The house was adjacent to a park with a skateboarding area, which sometimes attracted rowdy teenagers and strangers at night. On December 30th of 2000, these are the last known moments. Call records show Yasuko speaks to her mother on the phone in the evening. Her mother didn't mention anything out of the ordinary, just a normal chat from mother to daughter. Witnesses reported seeing a man loitering in the area. Loud noises are heard from the Miyazawa family around 11:30, but no one investigates. No police were called, and the noises remain unquestioned to the neighbors. On December 31st of 2000, Yasuko's mother attempted to call, but got no response. The family visits the home and finds the nightmarish scene. The police are immediately called to the scene. Mikio was stabbed multiple times and had defensive wounds, as if he was protecting the family. Rei was found strangled in bed, and Yasuko and Nina were both brutally stabbed dozens of times in the upstairs room. What made this case very standoutish was the bizarre behavior of the killer. The killer stayed in the house for hours after the murders. He ate food in the fridge, including ice cream and melon. He used the computer around 1:18 a.m. to browse websites. He left his clothes behind and used the toilet without flushing, and even took a nap. Money was stolen from the family, however, they say that he left more money behind than he actually took. There's also a chance that the killer entered through the open window of the second floor bathroom at the rear of the house, located immediately adjacent to Setagaya Park, since investigators say the killer cut out the fly screen of the bathroom window, which was found on the ground outside, and his footsteps in the mud. There's a possibility that he gained access by climbing the fence, climbing up the air conditioning box, and then removing the window screen. The killer left a lot of evidence behind, including personal items, like a unique black Slazenger sweater, only available in limited stores in Japan. He left behind a gray hip bag containing sand from the California's Mojave Desert. He also left behind gloves, scarves, hats, and shoes, indicating he had planned to leave behind evidence. This is so strange behavior because of the carelessness, but it's also as if he knew that he wasn't going to get caught. When you think about someone committing crimes he did, You would think that they would go through an incredible amount of cleanup to make sure he left without a case. But that never must have crossed the killer's mind. He just treated it as a stay in the hotel, and sometime in the early morning, he checked out. He also left behind forensic clues. A DNA and fingerprint samples were recovered, but no match in the databases. DNA suggested the suspect was mixed race, part East Asian and part European. Some believe the killer was a drifter or a mentally ill individual who broke into the home at random. However, the level of brutality suggests something more personal. The fact that his DNA was not found in the database means that he had no prior history of crime, at least any that was detected by the police. Could this have been the first and last time that he had committed a crime? Some investigators speculate that Mikio may have had an argument with someone at work. However, there is no concrete evidence of the threat or personal conflict. Nobody at work had described any behavior or ill feelings towards him. The precision of knife wounds suggests that someone trained in combat. The killer used a sashimi knife, which later broke. Was he familiar with using it? Or something like it? I also go back to what we read earlier about how they are a part of a new development they're trying to completely change around, and the fact that they're the only ones still living there means that it's possible that part of the government had sent somebody to take out the family so they would finally be able to continue their new development. Some believe the killer, though, may have had links to Korea. The sand in the bag pointed to locations in both Japan and California. They were unconfirmed reports of Korean gang operating in the area at the time, but I don't see why this would happen. It does appear to me that it had to be a targeted attack. I don't think someone would randomly climb up to the second floor window then proceed to kill 4 family members if they hadn't been thinking about it prior to. It's never been revealed if Mikio had any connections to the Korean gang, but I personally would rule this one out. The park next to the house attracted local skateboarders, and the killer wore skate-style clothing. However, no one from the local skate scene matched the DNA. But I feel it's possible that maybe it was somebody who did go to the local skate park often. Someone who dealt with mental issues and had stared at the house and planned it out for months. Once it took place, the killer never returned to the skate park, out of worry that he would eventually get caught. I would also support this theory the most, given that I don't believe a Korean gang member would be wearing the skate-style clothing unless they truly did think of everything. I also don't think they would have stayed in the house for hours and ate their stuff and used their computer. It seems much more like juvenile behavior. Despite over 280,000 police officers working on the case, it remains unsolved. The house was demolished in 2019, but authorities still receive tips and investigate new leads. Theories continue to circulate online, with some believing the killer may have fled Japan or even died. Over 2 decades later, the brutal murders of the Miyazawa family remains one of Japan's most haunting mysteries. Who was the mysterious killer? And why did they linger at the crime scene, leaving behind so much evidence, yet no clear identity? The Setagaya Family Murders continue to baffle the experts and crime enthusiasts alike. Will this case ever be solved? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. The Setagaya Family Murders remains one of Japan's most chilling unsolved cases. A crime so brutal, yet the killer vanished into the night, leaving only questions behind. If you love exploring the dark and the unknown, you come to the right place. Here we dive into eerie true crime cases, unravel haunted histories, and bring horrors to life one chapter at a time. So if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Drop a like if you enjoy the eerie, the unexplained, and the terrifying. And if you think that you have a theory on the case, or you have another mystery that deserves the spotlight, leave a comment below. Let's keep the conversation going. Until next time, stay curious, stay cautious, and remember, some stories are closer to reality than we like to believe, because the scariest stories are always far from fiction. As always, thank you for spending a little bit of your evening here with me.